Hello everybody, welcome back to Planet Coaster, and what have I been doing since the last video? I haven't done much. I've done a little bit of tweaking. So what I've done is I've actually just spent a little bit of time watching people in the park and finding out what's going on, and quite often this chief beef here was empty, and as you can see now it's full. What I've done is I took the chief beef out and I put a balloon shop in there, so that is now working fine and people are getting balloons, they're all happy, it's all good. What else have I done? I've just messed about with the staff, just looked at what wages they were getting, whether they were happy, and they seem to be okay. And I wanted to check whether I had enough shop vendors, because I keep getting messages saying, oh, this shop's been empty for a while, that shop's been empty for a while. So I had a look and it all seems to be about fine now. I just messed about with that a little bit. One of the things I did do actually is I put in another room here. This is a staff room, because what I found was the staff from these two shops here were disappearing off to the staff rooms. It was taking ages before somebody else would come in, and then somebody would go in there, and because I'm short of drinks shops, a massive queue would form. I'd get a warning saying, well, there's a massive queue, too many people are trying to use it, and then the person would get fatigued and go off for a break, and then there'd be no one using it. So it's either a million people or nobody. So now we've got the staff room right here. Hopefully people aren't going to be waiting that long, although now I'm stood here watching it, it appears that there's nobody for this shop at the moment, which is a bit poo. Yeah, so there you go. What else have I done? We've paid off all the loans, which is always good, and I did the research for the pirate ship, and what I've done is I've made this a water area now. It was grass sort of from here, wasn't it? All this was grass. The other thing I've done is I noticed that there was people were being ill on the path around here, and I thought, well, that's unusual, because I didn't see it before. You know, this ride's been here since the beginning of the park, and I didn't see it before. But then I realised that actually it was coming from this. So, and if you wandered round the back here, you could see, in fact, there still is quite a bit of the path that's dirty, and it needs somebody to come round and clean it. However, I mean, the solution to that, the short-term solution, is to build this. So we now have a first aid thing there. And hopefully I've only just built it, literally just built it, and put some lanterns in, and so soon a janitor will come round and have a look at that, hopefully. It is very dark around there. I wish there was something well, there is something I can do about it. I might put some lights in or something around there. The other thing I put in was this. So this is our very first ATM, and somebody complained that there were no ATMs in the park, so there's now one. There's now one up there. So I might, obviously later on I'm going to be looking at putting information shops in and things like that, so I'll put some more ATMs in, but at least there's one now that people can go to. So what else? Well, I did the research on the pirate ship. So the plan was that the pirate ship was going to go in here. However, you may realise that actually it doesn't fit. Now I don't know whether it just doesn't fit full stop, or whether it's not building it because I haven't got the money. I mean, obviously it's not going to build it because I haven't got the money, but I sort of hoped that it would fit in there, and it doesn't appear to be doing. I'll wait till I've got the money. In fact, I'm going to get a loan in a second, and we'll have a look at that. The other options, if it doesn't go in, maybe put it over here somewhere, although, you know, I've got that earmarked out for a coaster. We do have other areas we can put it. This area down here would be actually quite a good area to put it in, because it's fairly quiet around here. You don't tend to get many people doing much along this bit of path unless they're coming up to this roller coaster. So maybe that's a good option to pop it in there. So let's get the loan first and have a look at what's going on. Oh, we do have some research. A Zenith coaster. Right, now I'm not going to do any more research at the moment. We've paid off all the loans, doing no research. We should get some profit then. We should start to build up the bank. It should build up by about 2,000 a month, and hopefully that'll be good. So let's get this loan sorted just for this one ride, because simply I can wait and get the money building up, but I don't want you watching that. That's dull, isn't it? So let's get the £5 loan, and let's get this ride put in. Let's whip you around here and let's see what's going on. So I don't quite know. One of the problems with Planet Coaster is it doesn't tell you why it's not building it. So is that building it because it's too low down? Is it because it's touching another building? Is it because? See, I'll build it there, but not there. See, I don't want it up in the air. We wanted it actually down low. We want it sort of down near the water's edge, don't we? Now let's just try and fiddle it around a little bit. So the problem partly is the building behind it and the path in front. So I don't think we're going to fit that in there. I think we're going to put another ride in there instead. Let's go and have a look at this area, because I think this is a good area to pop this in. The only other thing that I could possibly think about putting in here would be a monorail or something running around the park, and I'm not convinced that that's a good spot for a monorail. So let's just see what happens with you. Let's just try and raise you up a little. It wants to go there. Yeah. It's fouling on the rocks at the back, that's what's happening. See, I think this would be a good spot for this. So let's get the entrance put in. So we're going to put the entrance on this side and then the exit on this side, I think. Oh, hello. No, that's not where I want you. I wanted it there. I mean, that'd be fine. It'd get people straight off the ride, won't it? Yeah, it will be fine. Well, this isn't going to be the wonder that I thought it was going to be, because originally it was going to have water and things around it, so that it looked like. In fact, we are going to have a blue ride thing there. Why are you not building a path here? Because it's a queue line we want to build. That's why. Fool. Okie doke. Are we happy? We're happy. Will you please maybe do some testing? Cool. So there you go. Fairly simple. We've caught a thief. Beautiful. Fairly simple. Good stuff. Now I want to just tell you a little bit in a second about what else has been going on, because there's something else that we need to I need to go through with you a little bit, and it's to do with the next area, or at least, yeah, it will be the next area. It will be the next area. I don't want that encroaching too much on the path there, but I do want it sort of hiding a little bit from here. We don't want ironweed. Why do we want ironweed? We don't want ironweed. Ironweed's poo. I don't want that there either. We want a rock in there. We want a rock in there. We're going to go for it. Whoa, look at that. That's perfect. Perfect. Beautiful. Right, I'm not going to mess about too much with that. I can come back to it later, but this should now be ready to open. Boom, go. We now have a pirate ship, which didn't quite work out to be the thing that I wanted it to be, but there you go. We do still need something putting in here so that people are encouraged to come up and down this path a bit more. We are getting people up and down it, but You know, it'd be nice to have a ride here so that there's not a massive walk between one ride and the next. That's what we're really after. And we want something fairly... We've got an exciting ride here. So maybe something a little quieter down here, but something to do with the water, maybe? Don't quite know. We don't want Forge, that's too similar to what we've got. Horror Heights. What on earth is Horror Heights? Wow, that is horrible, isn't it? It's not my sort of ride, certainly. That's pretty when it's daytime. A little bit too big for there, I think. Now this might be pretty good because it's a kids ride, really. So that gives us an exciting ride and a kids ride very close to each other. Cool. One there. Place the exit over here. Look at that. Nice short path straight off. And we want this over here to be like this. Nice queue ride. I'm quite happy with the colour over there. That's good. Can I get it to there? Nope, don't like that. No, now I've ruined the path. Good. How do I fix that path there? Cool. Right. Don't know what I did, but I did it. It's fine. Good. You open. Open for business. Good. So we now have a magic twirl. So we've got extra rides in. That's good. We've got 2 extra rides in a matter of seconds. I will do a bit of theming around both of them just to make them look pretty, but that adds to the area. We're good. We like that. That's good. That looks quite good, actually. I like that, how it's nestled in between all those rocks. Cool. Right, so what was I going to say? So the thing is, right, we do still have plans to put a wooden roller coaster in here, and it definitely needs something else in here. So we've got scope certainly for something like a big ride in here, you know, some sort of water ride, or we could maybe build a big mountain water log flume or something, or a flat ride, but we've got scope for 2 fairly big rides here, haven't we? This is a smaller area. Maybe I could make all of this water and then do some sort of ride on there. Now I'm not sure which way to go, but I do have some options, and the reason I have options is because I have been buying with my own money some extra stuff. So I've got some DLC. So I think I mentioned in the last video that I bought the like the Studios type DLC. Well, I've also got the Spooky DLC now and the Adventure DLC. So we do have a couple of boat rides which look as though I've not placed them, so they look as though they might be quite interesting. But certainly we should be able to build something, and I quite like to do something that has areas that when the boat goes past it, it triggers an event or something like that. So I'm hoping that the DLC has that. The next area is probably going to be over here, and it's probably going to be the Universal Studios type thing, Hollywood Studios type thing. And we've got rides for that, where we can get the bus rides, and the bus rides goes round and it goes past certain events and things happen, you know, cars blow up and there's all sorts of sharks attacking. Oh, you know the sort of thing anyway. Cup of tea. So yeah, so we've got all that, which is fantastic. So that will come very, very soon. I don't know what else it brought in terms of things like coasters, but we do have things like swinging mine trains now. Look at that. It looks brilliant. For Indiana Jones type rides. And there's lots of other stuff in there. Certainly in the scenery, there's tons of stuff in here that's been added. I think I have got a filter on here. Have I got a filter on here? No, I don't think I have now. I've switched it off. But there's loads and loads of things, ancient gears and things that spin round, so you can make big machinery looking type things, which would be really good. You know, golden statues, so we can build something. And one of the things I want to build is maybe a mummy, Egyptian type ride here, sort of based on Curse of the Mummy or something. So we've got plenty of options with the scenery that we've got. So I'm just hoping that it's better than the winter one, which you've never seen me build, because every time I've tried to build with it and record the videos, it crashes the game every single time. And I don't know whether it's the actual items that are bugged, or my computer doesn't like it, or I do not know. But we won't be building any winter ones anytime soon. If I get to the end of this park and I decide that we do want a final area and it's going to be a winter area, it will be the last area, simply because I'll probably end up rage quitting or something. Because it is so frustrating. So yeah, I think by any stretch of the imagination it's looking alright. I think there's an awful lot more I still need to do, but I mean, you look at that how it is now, and it looks quite pretty, and I think I'm not doing too bad a job, which is good. Why have I got 3 janitors all in a row? one of you sir, you can go over and clean this sick up here, can't you? Yeah, you go there, pal. Get that cleaned up. Cool. Right, so what are we going to do next? Well, I think what I'm going to do is we're going to probably do this area next, and I think we're going to probably do some sort of I could do with paying that off again. The balloons has been empty for a while, that's fine. We're probably going to do some sort of Egyptian ride, so we might need some Egyptian type things in there. I think we're going to do some sort of track ride, and it will probably be either this sort of thing, which is like a dark, you get a lot of these in sort of Disney World and things like that. It's an internal dark ride, sort of without a track, so they call it a trackless ride, because you haven't got a rail as such, but they run on a magnetic strip underneath the floor. Right, so it might be that. I don't want to do Ghost Train. I am intrigued by these two. I don't quite know how this works, because this does run on a rail, and this one runs in a trough of water, so I need to play about with those. So when I'm off camera, I might have a fiddle around with those and find out what the difference is with them. We do also have the tour bus. Now, I don't want to use the tour bus for the Egyptian ride. I want to build something a bit further on within this area that has maybe a tour bus ride, and that would be seeing some film scene type things, or you know, you go around and there's some cars crashing and explosions and stuff. So right, so I think what I'm going to do is I might call it a day on this video. I know it's been slightly shorter than normal, but we've put 2 new rides in, and I've told you a little bit about what's going to happen. It does look great, especially over this end. This end needs a bit of work, and certainly when we get a couple of rides in here, it'll look better. And yeah, That bit over there looks fantastic. I do like that. So maybe we need to work on this. So I'll do a bit of work off screen. And what I might do is a time lapse. So the next video might be a time lapse of me messing about. So I hope you come back for that, and hopefully you'll see either me ready to build my next ride in here, or you'll see a time lapse of me building that ride and some scenery. So there you go. So I hope you're enjoying it. Leave comments in the comments. That'd be fantastic. Just let me know where I'm going wrong and right, and I'll see you next time.